Good evening. A mother from Dorset is to receive a potentially life-saving stem cell transplant after a Home Office U-turn allowed her sister into the country. May Brown's sister Martha is a perfect match, but initially her application to visit from Nigeria was refused. May says it was her only hope of survival. Mary Stanley reports.
This is more than a family reunion at Heathrow Airport. This is a moment that could save a young mum's life. May Brown from Weymouth has acute myeloid leukemia and has undergone several rounds of chemotherapy. A stem cell transplant is her best chance of survival. Her sister is a 100% match.
It was very emotional seeing her, and then that hope that I'm going to be alive, I'm going to get this transplant, and she's here to save my life. That really is emotional, it's overwhelming.
So it's happening, really?
It is happening, yes.
It's taken months of campaigning for Martha to be allowed into the country. A petition was signed by more than 60,000 people after her application for a visa was initially refused. The Home Office feared she might not return to Nigeria when it expired. Now it's been granted on compassionate grounds.
We're very close. Speak every day on the phone for the past 7 years, 3 or 4 times a day.
I know today is a new beginning. It marks a new beginning in our lives. And I know that by the grace of God, I'll be medically okay to give her that stem cell, and she'll have a new life.
The sisters are now undergoing tests at a London hospital before the transplant in December.
It's like a dream come true, really. That I've get to be alive, to see my little girl grow up and just be here, really. It's happening. It's really happening.
Mary Stanley, ITV News.
Firefighters remain at the scene of a fire that destroyed a thatched cottage in Crocker Hill in West Sussex overnight. At its height, 15 pumps were tackling the blaze near to the A27. Crews were called just before 6 o'clock yesterday evening, where they rescued one woman from the house. One pump remains at the scene. A 26-year-old man from Portsmouth has been arrested after trying to evade police by climbing onto a roof and throwing tiles at officers. Hampshire police were called to an incident in Stamshaw just before 2 a.m. this morning. The man was arrested 3 hours later and several cars were damaged. Police have today released a CCTV image of a man they want to speak to following a sexual assault in Portsmouth back in July. A 22-year-old woman was assaulted upon leaving Pop World nightclub at 2:30 in the morning. She was found 3 hours later and taken to hospital by ambulance. Concern is growing for a man from Swanage who was last seen in a state of distress on Friday. 53-year-old Barry Cullimore left his home in Haycrofts Lane on Friday morning but hasn't returned. Police are appealing for anyone who may have seen him to get in touch. £130,000 worth of accordions have been stolen from Sunningdale in Berkshire. Thames Valley Police have released this CCTV image to try and find the man. The instruments were stolen from the piano and accordion shop in London Road. Locks along the River Thames in Oxfordshire are set to be repaired as part of a £1.2 million investment. The Environment Agency is working on 5 sites in the county, including Shifford Lock in Bampton and Kings Lock in Oxford. They'll be removed by crane tomorrow. On to sport now.
Selco Builders Warehouse, proud sponsors of ITV Meridian Sports Report.
Well, football, and in the Premier League it was a big day for Saints as they took on 5th place Chelsea at St Mary's this afternoon. Unfortunately though, they lost 2-0 with goals from Eden Hazard and Diego Costa. Chelsea are the only side to have beaten Southampton at St Mary's in a league game this year. Well, let's have a look at the weather forecast now with your details. Here's Philippa.
From puddles to paddling, driving through Europe. Eurotunnel the Shuttle sponsors ITV Meridian Weather.
Hello there. Well, it's certainly been a fairly settled weekend across the region. Little change through the coming days. Still a lot of dry weather on the cards. Still some overnight fog to contend with at times, but the big change will be in the temperatures, feeling quite a bit chillier from Tuesday onwards. Back to the current situation. High pressure has been in charge through today, keeping any fronts at bay up towards the north and west. Little change into Monday. Still plenty of dry and fine weather down across southern parts of the UK. But it's not all good news under high pressure. Tonight, with long clear spells and light winds, we will see mist and fog reforming. Some of it will be dense in places as well. But on the plus side, not too chilly a night. In fact, for some coastal parts, we could well see temperatures holding up in double figures. Just a touch cooler than that out in rural spots. So tomorrow morning, a misty, murky start for some. The fog dense in places, slow to clear for some of us. And that could cause some problems during Monday morning's rush hour. But through the day, it will gradually lift and break. Some lovely sunny spells coming through for the afternoon. And with light winds and that sunshine, temperatures doing very well indeed, 16 or 17 degrees. And then for the next few days, a lot of dry weather on the way, but starting to feel quite a bit chillier, as I said, around the middle part of the week.
Eurotunnel the Shuttle sponsors ITV Meridian weather.
Well, that's it from the weekend team. We'll be back with Good Morning Britain tomorrow from 6 a.m. Do join us if you can. But from everyone here on the weekend team, have a very good evening. Bye-bye.